evening, everybody, and welcome to Frazier Field for what I normally called Thanksgiving in April. I do that when it's the football teams getting together. This is English and classical. So you want to get a jump. These young men know each other very well. They played different sports with each other. They might have played Little League growing up or Babe Ruth. They might have played together. They're friends. They know each other. But friendships part ways when you get on the field. And they want to get the first jump. They play each other twice. So you can't come out a loser at the end of the season if you win the first one. You could split, but you can't lose both. So always a big game. Classical's trying to get a sweep for the day. The classical girls beat the English girls this morning. Normally, this week, vacation week, all the games are played in the morning, but this is an afternoon game on the holiday. And happy holiday, everybody. Tyler Wilson, who coming off a big win last time, he threw a no-hitter for 5 innings and a mercy rule win. So he's back on the mound, the lefty. Very good athlete. Basketball, soccer, baseball. He's had a great career. He and Durant in center field are the only seniors on this team. For English, it'll be Yordi Contreras, the shortstop, leading off. Center fielder Chris Figueroa will bat second. Catching and batting third, Brendan Velasca. Eldrin Bonilla, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Batting fifth is Mateo Rodriguez, the left fielder. The DH, Joshua Jimenez, hitting for the pitcher. Victor Cambero will hit number 6. Batting seventh and playing second base, Nevin Gonzalez. Henry Manzanillo, the third baseman, will hit number 8. And Gilmer Galva, the right fielder, brings up the tail end of the batting order, batting ninth. English 2-2, classical 5-1. Classical looking to get back in the winning column. They were undefeated going into Saturday night, and they got mercy ruled by Reading, a very good Reading team that was undefeated as well. It got shortened by rain as they were in the bottom of the 6th when the umpires decided to call it. And everybody here in the press box said, thank God, because it was like ice cold. We were shivering and dying up in the press box. Gino Guzman behind the plate, the battery for Tyler Wilson. Big, tall left-hander. Mike Zukowski, ably assisted by Ricky Mayette and dugout for classical. Esteban Paula. Mike Zukowski was a very good classical baseball player, very good pitcher. Esteban Paula was an outstanding player for English. So they both come back. They're coach of the alma maters. Esteban Paula still plays. He plays for Joe Caponigo's team for Swampscott in the semi-pro league that plays around here. So Yordi Contreras, the shortstop, will step in. Low for a ball. Still not the best of weather. Still a little bit of chilly. Not bitterly cold as it's been off and on. Hasn't been a very good April. Swing and a miss. Threw it in on the hands. He swung right through it. Check swing, fouls it back to the backstop. I don't know if it's a track meet or track practice over at Manning, but always something going on over there. I don't know. I still don't know what the football game was the other night. But these two Fields are used just about all day, every day. Two the count to the Bulldog shortstop. Swing and a miss. He gets him. Chase that high pitch. Chris Figueroa, the center fielder. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. In for a strike again, 1-2. Breaks down and in. And again, even count, 2-2. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. Brendan Velasquez, the catcher, is the hitter. I talked to him before. I believe it's his grandfather was Skippy Velasquez, was a very nice player, very good player for St. Mary's. Played with Tony Canigliaro. Scouts came to check on Tony, and a couple of scouts wound up signing Skippy Velasquez. High for a ball. Oh, good. The drum is here. We haven't heard the drum the last few games. We heard it a lot last year. In for a strike. Hit in the air to left field. Backing up a few steps. Donnell Leon makes the play. So a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Wilson and the Rams. And now it'll be the English pitcher, Victor Cambero. It'll be his turn on the mound. It'll be Armani Medina, the second baseman, leading off. Center fielder Cal Durant will bat second. Pitching and batting third, Tyler Wilson. The shortstop, Brady Warren, will hit fourth. Batting fifth and playing first base, Christian Spates. Janelle Guzman, the catcher, will hit number 6. Batting seventh and playing right field, Yassine Bakuch. The third baseman, Christian Figueroa, will hit number 8. And the gentleman that made the last out, Donnell Leon, will bat in the number 9 spot, the left fielder. So we're underway in this grudge match. The battle, the intercity battle. I said they play twice. They could play as many as 3 times because they're in the Mullins tournament. at the end of the year, end of the month, end of May. English Classical, St. Mary's, and Swampscott. Joe Caponegro. Coach Mullins was an assistant with Joe Caponegro, and he was the head coach in English, and he tragically passed away early. And they're going to have the tournament this year. It used to be the Clancy tournament. The Clancy tournament kind of closed down. The Clancy family shut it down. So now Joe Caponegro and Billy Devon and Dick Newton from English and Classical will bring back the Mullins tournament. It's funny, Mullins was a head coach at English. He was a very good player at Classical. More fans coming in. Classical's got a pretty good sized crowd. English has brought some. Medina will step in. This young man's only a sophomore. He's played well for Classical. He had a great play at second the other night. Canberra, a big figure on the mound. That goes to the backstop. I'm surprised he didn't play basketball at English. He's a big boy. In for a strike. We've seen him once before in relief. He can bring it. Wide for a ball. Tucked under that pitch, it broke late. And it goes to the backstop. Medina's going to hustle, but he'll stay at first base. So Medina becomes the first base runner in the game. Cal Durant, we mentioned Saturday night. Cal Durant had a great thrill. You dream about having big moments in sports when you play, and he had one. Double overtime, Thanksgiving Day against arch rival English, kicked the field goal to win the game. He had to convince his coach to let him kick it. They wanted to go for it. It was fourth down at the 2-yard line in second overtime. And he went to Brian Vaughn and said, "Please let me kick it." And Brian said, "Go ahead." And he kicked it through and won the game. They play him almost like a left-hand hitter. The center field is over in right center field. Down and away for a ball. He's got a lot of room in left center, a lot of room down the left field line. In for a strike, as you would expect. He was taken all the way with the 3-0 count. He can still be a little bit fussy here. 3-1, it's got to be a pitch he can handle. Canberra's got to come in with 2. in for a strike. Now can't be as fussy. 3-2. Waves at that pitch. Cambero comes back and gets him. We got a couple of instruments down behind the English dugout. The drum, and they got something else they're banging on, making noise. Now they play Wilson like a right-hander. The center fielder moves over to left center. The right fielder comes way off the line. And the center field is very shallow. In for a strike. The runner takes off. He got a great pitch to run on. Cambero actually picked off. I don't think they would have got him anyway. Medina got a great jump. He can hustle. He can fly. He's very quick. He got a great jump. And he got a great pitch to run on. It was down and in. Wilson had to skip out of the way, and Velasquez had no chance to throw him out. Actually, Cambero cut off the throw. Swing and a miss. They throw it down a second. No play there. Tyler Wilson has a chance to help himself with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. Up and away for a ball. So now it's right center and right field line. It's wide open for Tyler Wilson. Down and in for a ball. So he was ahead of him. Now he's got to come in with a pitch. Tyler thought it was going to be down and in. It was on the inside corner for strike three. So walk, followed by a stolen base, followed by 2 strikeouts. So I guess they're playing the right-hand hitters not to get around on Cambero. Nice stop by Velasquez because the center field is back over in right center. Chop foul. Talked about Brady Warren. What an athletic family. Sister was an outstanding pitcher at Classical softball. Father, Super Bowl quarterback from Lynn English, vice principal now at Classical, but a great softball coach at Classical. Cambero strikes out the side after the walk, and the mother was an outstanding swimmer. So a great athletic family. They were walking off the field. They thought it was strike three. That's strike three. So he walks the first batter, strikes out the next 3. Strong inning by Victor Cambero. And we're right back where we started at the end of 1. Dead even. Classical nothing, English nothing. First one is down and in to Adrian Bonilla, the first baseman, leading off here in the second inning. Chops it foul. Hit in the air. Kevin Durant over in right center field. They're calling it a drop. Mike Shukowski's coming out saying he caught it and was going to throw it. And they're not calling it, they're calling it a drop, an error. He caught it. He looked like he was going to throw it to the second baseman. And it went to the ground, and they call it no catch. So the error will put the runner at first base. Durant had it, caught it, and in the same motion was trying to throw it to the second baseman. So Bonilla becomes the first base runner for English on the error, leading off the second inning. Mateo Rodriguez, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Looks to bunt. That one bounced in. Third baseman Figueroa was almost down Rodriguez's back, charging in from third. Squaring to bunt again. Gets it down. It's foul. One out, one on for the Bulldogs here in the second inning. Down and in for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Chase, that pitch might have been a little bit high. He walked him. So an error and a walk put runners at first and second. Joshua Jimenez, the DH, hitting for the pitcher. Down and away for a ball. They were going to bunt with the runner at first with nobody out. I'm kind of surprised they don't bunt with first and second with nobody out. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Wilson doesn't waste too much time. Hit foul to the screen. You don't need a clock for him. He's ready to go when he gets the ball back. Swing and a miss. So one away now with 2-1. Nevin Gonzalez, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. A little different for English. You don't see that many lefties. He got his money's worth the first two swings and just swung right through it. Quickly, it's 0-2. Up and away for a ball. Wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good pitch. Kevin Durant in center field is about as shallow as I've ever seen a center fielder play. Almost like softball distance. High for a ball. Didn't miss by much. Tyler Wilson wanted that one. Falls behind Manzanillo, the third baseman. Henry Manzanillo. On 4 pitches, he walks him and loads the bases. Second walk of the inning. Right fielder, number 9 hitter. 2 outs, 3 on. Hit foul to the backstop. Chase that pitch up and in. Quickly, it's 2 strikes. So Gilmer Galva, 1 swing of the bat from giving English a lead. Tyler Wilson, 1 strike away. They checked with the base ump to see if he swung. The pitch was down and in on the hands. Thought about it and held up. And it's 1-2. Strike 3 called. So Kyle Durant out in center field breathes a little sigh of relief. He made that catch and then dropped it for an error. The inning would have been over with the first 2 strikeouts. So Wilson watched Kimbero strike out the side in the first inning. He strikes out the side in the second inning. Gives up 2 walks along with the error. And English leaves the bases loaded. And Klasko will be able to get on the board first in the bottom of the second. 5, 6, and 7 to face Kimbero, who gave up the walk. And the runner got the second on the stolen base, got stranded there as Kimbero bore down and struck out 3 in a row. the sad part is with these two teams, regardless of what their record would be at the end of the year, being in the Greater Boston League, they won't be anywhere near the in the ratings, in the seedings. It used to be the record was the everything. You go 15-0, you get to be number one. Now you could be 15-0. Classical volleyball team was 13-3. They were 32nd in the state because they deemed the league was not a very good league. They don't like the Greater Boston League. Everett was one of the best football teams in the state last year, went undefeated, didn't get a home game because they didn't like the league. So you play in this league, you probably still have to travel, and then you hope you get somewhere so you don't have to travel cross country like some of these teams have had to do. I always mention one volleyball team had to travel 3.5 hours to Cape Cod, then take the boat across to the island, Nantucket, and then come back home. It cost the school a pretty penny. And I still think they have to do something about the travel arrangements for these teams. Swing and a miss. This is Christian Spates, the first baseman. You got to find some way so these teams don't have to travel forever. Like Lynn Tech had to go 3.5 hours to travel to play Hoosac Valley. Hit to third, knocked down. The runner didn't go. I think he thought the third baseman caught the ball. He stopped halfway down the line. Mizil dropped it, and then he realized the runner wasn't going. And he throws Spates out. So Spates is out. The play goes 5-3. Janelle Guzman, the catcher, is the hitter. Down and away for a ball. Missing again, 2-0. Again, Canberra, big boy. He takes that step and he's almost handing it to the catcher. Chops it foul. The 2-1 pitch, up and coming. Way inside, almost hit him. You don't want to take one for the team here with Canberra throwing. He throws it too hard. Chase that pitch. That might have been ball 4. That was up a little bit. I don't know if Falaska had a problem. A little second umpire talking to Falaska, trying to give him a little bit of a breath. Hit in the air to left field. He almost didn't get it. At the last minute, he had to stretch out glove hand and pick it. The left fielder, Rodriguez. Hashim Bakuch, the right fielder, the hitter. That was just a little inside as he had to turn around. He was going to hit that. He had to become a left-handed hitter. That was behind him. There's still more people coming in. Hit foul to the backstop. So I guess English has figured the right-hand hitters can't get around on Canberra because they're playing all the right-hand hitters over to right and right center. And the left fielder's got him all by himself over there with an awful lot of room to cover. Down and in for a ball. It's ball 4. So a little turn of events. He walked the first hitter, struck out the next 3 in the first inning. Now he gets the first 2, walks the third one. Christian Figueroa. He's the third baseman. He's the hitter. On the inside corner for a strike. Down now Leon, the left fielder, on deck. High and tight, and he looked like he was going to go, then didn't go, but he took off, and the ball went out of Velasquez's hands, so Bakuch steals second base. So both walks have stolen second. First one got stuck there. Down and in, nice stop by Velasquez. They throw the ball down. Good throw by Velasquez from his knees. Got it right on the bag at second base. Bakuch had to dive back. In for a strike. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Inning number 2 with a runner at second base. Canberra trying to keep him close. Chop to third. Big hop for the third baseman. Manzanillo makes the play. So again, the walk gets the second. Stranded there. We've completed 2 full here in this Greater Boston League battle. Still shakes me up a little bit when I say Greater Boston League and it's English and Classical. But it's 0-0 English Classical at the end of 2. Top of the order for English as we start the 3rd inning. Henry Contreras struck out swinging, leading off the ball game. It still baffles me. We're almost to the end of April and people are coming to the ballpark for a baseball game dressed like they're going to Connery for a hockey game. That one bounces to the backstop. Tyler Wilson starting his 3rd inning. Down and in for a ball. in for a strike. I still haven't noticed the two teams getting together as to how many pitches the pitcher has thrown, because I know you can only throw so many pitches before you have to come out. And that's ball 4. Third walk given up by Wilson. He's thrown a few pitches. That's why I mentioned that. I noticed the other day the Swampscott pitcher had to come out because he threw enough pitches. That bounces off the catcher. And as the wild pitch is going to move the runner to second base. It bounced into the turf at home plate. Off Guzman. But I used to see the opposite team, the team that was at bat, at the end of the inning would come out and say the number of pitches thrown was this, and they'd get together and make sure they were in sync. I don't see them doing that anymore. Hit foul to the backstop. Frank Carey, former coach of North Reading, would shiver at number of pitch count. He's got a baseball in his trophy case where the pitcher threw an enormous amount of pitches and won the game. Dick Raditz used to say, no such thing as relief. Go all the way. Swing and a miss. He gets a strikeout. So far it's either a feast or a famine, a walk or a strikeout. That didn't miss by much. Tyler Wilson wanted that pitch. The runner takes off, and he steals third. Contreras can fly. He got a big jump. Wilson didn't look at him, and he got a big jump off the bag and easily beat the throw. And he's at third base with one out. Classical closes in the infield. Hit foul back and out of play. Got way out in front and pulled it foul. And the count stays 1-2. This is a big at bat for both teams, defensively and offensively. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Hit in the air to left field for a base hit. A big 2-out hit by Bonilla. He's got some big hits for English this year, none bigger than that one. So the first hit of the game goes to English. And again, Coaches get gray hair. Contreras manufactured the run. A walk, a wild pitch, a stolen base, and the 2-out hit. Mateo Rodriguez drew a walk his first trip. You hate to see those walks. That's a major league wild pitch. So Contreras stole third, made it easy to come home from third. He would have scored from second anyway because he can really fly. He is very quick. Popped up. Long run for the catcher. Tough play for Guzman. He was running to the backstop, and here at Frazier, more often than not, it kind of blows back a little bit towards home plate. And he kind of overran it a little bit. He got a glove on it. Great hustle. It wasn't from lack of effort he didn't make that play. So Rodriguez gets a life. That one bounced by him. I don't know if that was between his legs or behind his back. He tried to get out of the way. So 2 wild pitches that moved the runner Bonilla, who got the RBI single over the third with 2 outs. And Guzman was having a problem with his mask. He just exchanged it. That pitch just bounced ankle high behind him, right to the backstop. Guzman had no shot at that pitch. So we got deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's going to be out of play. Down in that grassy knoll behind first base. Hit foul again. And people sitting behind the backstop are not safe because there's no top to the backstop. They haven't replaced that. It used to be there, a top. They couldn't hit balls into the stands. Now you can. Hit foul again. Good at bat by Rodriguez. Hanging around, making Wilson throw some pitches. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. So for the second inning in a row, he strikes the side out. But he gave up the big walk leading off the inning, and it cost him, as Contreras manufactured the run. 8 of the 9 outs are strikeouts. Bonilla got the first hit for either side, and he came up big with the runner at third. So as we move into the bottom of the third, Glasgow has to play catch-up. They now trail at 1-0. So Cambero has been staked to a 1-0 lead.
65 pitches. Glasgow's on 65 pitches.
He's thrown 65 pitches? How do you know?
15, 27, 43.
I don't know. It used to be the guy would come out of the dugout and check.
Hit from
9, 1, and 2 for Classical as we start the bottom of the third inning. English now has grabbed a 1-0 lead. We mentioned English trying to go over 500 at 2-2. Classical trying to get back on the winning track after losing here Saturday night. High for a ball. In for a strike. They're playing up to bunt. Third baseman Manzanello was just about shortstop, softball distance at third base. Hit foul to the backstop. The 1-2 pitch up and coming. Slaps it to the left side. The center fielder again, he was even shorter than softball distance, and he's way over to left center. The right fielder's way off the line. If he ever hits the ball down the line, he can run forever. Up and away for a ball. English just doesn't think that these hitters can get around on Kim Barrow. Hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the number 9 hitter for Classical gets the first hit for them. Top of the order, Medina. Led off with a walk. And now for the right-hand hitter, they switch all the way around to the right side of the outfield. They throw over, diving back is Leon. Looked like he might have been going. He was getting a little edgy there at first base. He hasn't got a big lead. In for a strike. The runner takes off. He got a great pitch to run on. But they throw him. No, he called him safe. He got around the tag. I thought he made a great throw. But up in front of the bag was Contreras, and when he reached back, he missed the tag. So Leon steals second. He got a big jump. Velasco made a great throw. It looked like it was right on the bag, but Contreras was up in front of the bag, had to reach behind him. Down and away for a ball. So Classical has the tying run in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Hit in the air. 1 or 2 steps on the outfield grass. Contreras, the shortstop, makes the play. Calderon struck out swinging his one trip. chops at it, hits it fouled down the first base side. Goes to the right side again, hits it foul. Quickly, it's 0-2. Tyler Wilson, the pitcher, on deck. Chop to the right side to move the runner over, but it's the second out. And once again, Tyler Wilson will have a chance to help himself. He was up in the first inning with a runner at second. That was the inning that Canberra struck out the side. Now he's up with a runner at third. Slices it the opposite way. Mike Szukowski makes the play at third base. Hit off the first baseman's glove. Wilson gets a base hit and helps himself. If Spinks makes the play, he's not going to have, there's nobody at first base. Wilson's going to be at first anyway. So both teams get 2-out singles. Leon does what Contreras did, manufactures the run. He got on with the hit, stole second, went to third in the ground ball, scores on Wilson's 2-out hit, and we're back even again. Took Classical 2 hits to get there, as English only needed 1. Brady Warren, the shortstop, the hitter. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Drop foul. Again, Mike Szukowski makes the play. The runner got a big jump again. Velasquez doesn't even throw it. Wilson head first dive. He didn't have to, but he got a huge jump off the bag. So he's in scoring position for Brady Warren. High for a ball. Down and in for a ball. And that's ball 4. He walks him on 4 pitches. Third walk given up by Canberra. This one comes with 2 outs. Christian Spates. He was the one that hit the ball to third. Thought the third baseman caught it in the fly and stopped halfway down the line and realized it was dropped and got thrown out. In for a strike. Nice stop by Velasco. Broke down the way in the turf. Keeps the runners at first and second. Good curveball for a strike. The runner takes off. Out at second base. The runner got a huge jump at third. He had third base stolen. The runner at first, Brady Warren, got a little bit of a late jump. Velasco, another great throw. He does a great job behind the plate. So they throw the runner out, ending the inning. So it's virtually a mimic inning. Both teams get 2 out hits. One by Bonilla, the first baseman, and the last one by Wilson, the pitcher for Classical. And again, we're dead even. Classical 1, English 1 at the end of 3.
And they're at 65 and 68.
Joshua Jimenez, the DH hitting for the pitcher, is the hitter. That run given up by Wilson is his first in 8 innings, his last 8. Very quickly, it's 0-2. Fly ball to left field is the only out that is not a strikeout through 3 innings for Wilson. And the beat goes on as he starts with a strikeout. Devin Gonzalez, the second baseman, was called out on strikes. In for a strike. In for strike 2. He threw it on the outside corner. Now he throws it on the inside corner. So quickly 0-2. Hit in the air. Backing up on the edge of the outfield grass. A step or 2 on the outfield grass. Medina makes the play. That breaks the streak of 7 straight outs by strikeout. Henry Manzanillo, the third baseman, drew a walk. In for a strike. Swings through the pitch. Down and in for a ball. Strike 3 called. So he's got at least 2 strikeouts in every inning. He's got 10. We're halfway through the ball game, and we're dead even. Wilson's got the only 3 innings in the game. And Glasgow will have a chance to get the lead. Five, 6, and 7 for the Rams. Christian Space, Janelle Guzman, Yassine Bakuch. To face Victor Cambero on the mound. He's given up 1 base hit, but it came with a runner at third base and tied the game up. And it was the opposing pitcher that got it. Spates was at bat in the bottom of the third when the runner was stealing third, but Velasquez made a great throw and threw the runner out trying to steal second on the same play, ending the inning. So Spates will be back up. And again, he was the one who hit a little soft, I guess you'd call it a line drive to the third baseman. He stopped halfway down the line thinking it was caught. When it was dropped, he was an easy throw out at first base. In for a strike. In for strike 2. Hit foul up in the seats. Over his head for a ball. Don't you love it when the ball's hit right next to the fans down there and they sit and look at it and let it lay there and don't bother to go get it? Hit foul up in the seats again. Two the count to the Ram first baseman leading off the bottom of the fourth. Hit foul again. Spates hanging around. Hit the shot. Contreras looked like he was going to try and catch it in the fly. Then he backed up and played it on a hop. And he throws Spates out. Play goes 6-3. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Janelle Guzman flied out to left field. His 1 trip. In for a strike. Must have been a practice for track over at Manning because it's all done and shut down. It's not normal not having something going on over at Manning Field. Usually these 2 places are going full tilt. Down and away, nice stop by Velasquez. Does a very good job behind home plate. Hit the deep shot. Contreras makes the play. Can he make the play? No, he can't. That's a base hit. He stopped it from going in the outfield. So the one-out single puts Guzman at first base and brings up Pakuch, who drew a walk and stole second and got stranded there in the second inning. He mimicked their first inning. They got a walk and a stolen base, both the first and the second. Diving back as they throw over. Guzman getting a pretty good lead at first. They get the bunt down. They throw it safe at first base. They threw it away. They were lucky. Bonilla was able to make the play. So the error allows Pakuch to reach. Klaskal has first and second, and that's going to bring a trip out to the mound. Kimbero got to it fairly quick. He had a little more time, I think, than he thought. And he just almost threw it away. Bonilla saved that from going into right field. He had to come off the bag. And his first and second with one out. Christian Figueroa, the third baseman, bounced out third to first. Conference is going on all over the place. On the mound with English. Base runners hitter with Mike Zukowski at third. Outfielders having a little convention of their own out in center field. Wheels turning on both sides in a 1-1 game. In for a strike. Down now Leon, who got the first hit in the game for Klaskal, on deck. He scored the one run to tie it. Slices it past first base, foul. Little inside out swing. 0-2 the count to the ramp third baseman. Hit. Nice play by the second baseman. Knocking it down. Can't make a play. He had it. He bobbled it. The arrow allowed the runner to reach. Looked like it was going to be a base hit. Gonzalez made a great play to go get it. Had the play and then just bobbled it. So back-to-back errors have loaded the bases for Klaskal. And Donnell Leon, we mentioned, had the first hit, scored the one run. Now up with the bases loaded and one out. Missing down and in. English is not pulled in all the way in the infield, but they're shortened up. Shortened up at first and third, but not that short. If it's hit hard, they'll maybe try to get a double play. Second or short. In for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch up and coming. Line drive, that's a base hit going into left field. Manzanello reached across his body, picked it, and they get a double play with the runner at third. That's an ESPN highlight. What a play by Manzanello at third base. Leon hit a shot going into left field. That's going to be at least 2. It might be, the way they're playing, it might have been 3 runs. It turns out none because they turned the double play. Classical out of the inning had bases loaded, 1 out, and English bails out with the double play. And we played 4 complete, and we're still dead even at 1. 9-1-2 for English as we start the 5th inning. And everybody's still buzzing about that play by Manzanello at third base. What a great play to turn the double play. That looked like Classical's going to have at least a 2-run lead and have runners at second and third, minimum. In for a strike. Galvo, the right fielder, was called on strikes as 1 trip. Up and away for a ball. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Runs the count full. Just high for ball 4. So the number 9 hitter draws a walk. Top of the order, Yordi Contreras. He struck out, he drew a walk, manufactured a run, went to second, a wild pitch, stole third, and scored on the 1 hit that English has in the game, the 2-out single by Bonilla. Getting back, standing up is Galva. I can remember Frank Carey telling me if you can get back standing up, you can take an extra step to lead. Hit foul back out of play. In for a strike. Oh, 2 the count to the Bulldog shortstop. Hit solid to left field. Moving over is Donnell Leon to make the play. Contreras hit it well. Leon tracked it down. One away in the 5th. Chris Figueroa, center fielder, struck out twice. Up and away for a ball. With the left-handed pitcher, English is not getting too far off the bag to lead at first base. Swing and a miss. Hit foul to the backstop. 1-2 the count. So the Bulldog center fielder. Swing and a miss. He gets Figueroa for the third time. Brendan Velasca flat to left, struck out swinging. Chased that pitch, it was up and away. Hit foul back and out of play. Quickly 0-2. The runner takes off the catcher's glove. He went in standing up. He'll stay at second base. High off the glove of Guzman. So the go-ahead run at second with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The count 1-2 to the Bulldog catcher. Swing and a miss. He keeps his string alive. He's got at least 2 in every inning. Twelve strikeouts. English leaves the go-ahead run at second. For Classical will be the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. Medina, Durant, Wilson. And Canberra will start his 5th inning. He hasn't got any way. He just walks in and walks up to you. Last game I was here, top of the 7th inning, he was down. English was playing. Talked to the coach, this, that. I picked up the paper the next day. At the end of 6, English was leading 7-2. If you want to see the final score, go to Facebook. He was here. And then Lynn, who got the base hit today, hit a shot into the right field corner for a double. In the paper it says, hit a shot into the left field corner. Unless he was this way.
This guy's not gonna last long.
I don't know what the hell he does. They are pathetic.
Yeah, but Lynn Baker, you don't know what his records are?
They're pathetic.
This guy's not gonna make the end.
Top of the order, as we mentioned, for Classical here in the bottom of the 5th inning in a 1-1 game. Good sized crowd here. Getting their money's worth. High over the head of Medina. He walked, stole second, got stranded there, and then he popped up to the shortstop. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. 2-1. Chop foul towards third base. walk-off. Knocked the run on second. Read the bottom of the call. Said from third. Two the count. Hit in the left field for a base hit. Medina's on for the second time. And he stole second, so they got to worry about him stealing a base again. Cal Durant, will he try to bunt here? Mike Zukowski coaching third, flashing signs. Shortens up and bunts it. They'll make the play at first. Good bunt by Durant, gets the job done. So Classical has the go-ahead run at second base for Tyler Wilson, who struck out and got a big two-out single, knocking in the one run to tie the game. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's got a chance to help himself again. Chops it towards the Classical dugout. Brady Warren, the shortstop, on deck. Short. Long run. Good job by the center fielder. Chris Figueroa had to go a long way. That looked like it was going to drop in for a base hit. Instead, it's the second out. And now they leave it up to Brady Warren, who was struck out and walked. Chopped out in front of the plate. They throw it away. The run is going to score. Medina scores the run on the error. He almost threw it away before. Bonilla saved him that time. He threw it wild down the right field line. Medina scores and Classical grabs the lead. It looked like the third out. We were going to stay 1-1. Instead, Classical grabs the 2-1 lead. Hit to third. He dropped it, but he picked it up. Bonilla knocked it down, but grabbed it before Spades got there. If Manzanilla was looking, he could have tagged the runner coming to third. So the unearned run in the bottom of the fifth breaks the 1-1 deadlock. And Tyler Wilson, for the first time, will start an inning with a lead. It's Classical 2, English 1 at the end of 5. Middle of the order for English, 4, 5, and 6. We start the 6th inning. Eldrin Bonilla reached on an error, singled in the one run English has. So he's been on base twice. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. His was the play that he hit the little pop-up into right center field, and Cal Durant caught it, and as he was taking it out of his glove to throw it, he dropped it, and they called it no catch. It was followed by 2 walks after that, but 3 big strikeouts got Wilson out of the inning. So Classical breaks the tie with an unearned run. checked with the base umpire. I said, no, he didn't swing. He started to, realized it was high, and just held up. Hit in here. Durant with the long run. The right fielder, Galvin, was able to shake hands with Durant when he caught the ball. They were both there. So this time, Bonilla goes to Durant. Durant makes sure he holds on to it. One up, one down. Mateo Rodriguez has walked, called on strikes. Solid shot to left field, over the left fielder's head, all the way back to the warning track. In with a stand-up double. This Rodriguez, he got all of that one. It's only the second hit for English. But it puts the tying run at second base. Joshua Jimenez has struck out twice, both times swinging. Up and away for a ball. Chased that pitch. It was way down and away. He needed a much longer bat to reach that one. In for strike two. 1-2. Strike three called. He gets Jimenez for the third time. Two-way now with the tying run at second base. Evan Gonzalez called on strikes, popped to second base. They faked the throw to second. Diving back was Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Hit foul to the backstop. Quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch up coming from Wilson to Gonzalez. The runner takes off. The ball's hit in the air down the right field line. Foul. Long run for Spates. The runner had third base stolen easily. But with two strikes, Gonzalez has to guard the plate. We'll do it again at 0-2. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss. He keeps his record intact. He's got at least 2 in every inning. The 1-out double by Rodriguez is wasted. He's stranded at second base. English is down to their last 3 outs with Classical having a 2-1 lead. Wilson has given up 1 run in his last 11 innings.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
14 of the 18 outs have been strikeouts. Two flies to left, a fly to center, and a pop to second. Barrow starting his 6th inning. And he cost himself because on the sacrifice, he threw it away. Or the ground ball back to the mound, he threw it away. The sacrifice moved the runner over to second. Six, 7, 8 for Classical. Janil Guzman, the catcher. He has flied to left and singled. He was the one at third base with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Manzanello made a tremendous play, picking Leon's line drive going into left field and turned it into a double play, stepping on third. Hit back to the mound, knocked down by Cambrero. Makes the play, 1 pitch, 1 out. Yassin Bakuch has been on twice, a walk and an error. Waves at that pitch that broke way down and away. Waves at that pitch. Quickly 0-2. Just got a piece, a little late swing. Fouls it back. 0-2. That one threw that one behind him. I don't know if I remember a game where I saw this many pitches thrown behind the hitters. Waves at that pitch, another late swing. First strikeout since the first inning, when he struck out the side. Or Cambrero. Christian Figueroa, grounded to third, reached on an error. Waves at the pitch. Started to pull the trigger, held up on a pitch that was inside. They checked with the base umpire. I said, no, he didn't swing. He was the count at 1. Broke just a little bit late, hung inside, 2-1. High and tight for a ball. Off the third baseman's glove. Made a nice try. Had to reach across his body. The 2-out single by Figueroa. Puts the runner at first with 2 outs. And down now Leon. Singled his first time, stole second, went to third, a ground ball, scored on pitcher Wilson's RBI single to tie the game at 1. Last time up with the bases loaded, 1 out, he hit a shot that was going into left field, was going to be extra bases. Manzanillo, the third baseman, made a great play, picked it, turned it into a double play, and Classical got shut down, and it kept the score tied at 1 at the time. Classical got an unearned run in the 5th, and they lead it now 2-1. But that was a great play by Manzanillo, and taking 2 RBI, extra base hit away from Leon. Hit it hard, hit it right at the shortstop, Contreras. So here we go in this intercity battle between the intercity Greater Boston League foes. Classical goes down in the 6th. English down to the last 3 outs. 2-1. English needs a run to keep it going here in the 7th inning. Kevin Whalen is the new pitcher for Classical. So Tyler Wilson goes 6. Here's up an earned run, 2 hits, 2 walks, 14 Ks. The 2 walks came in the same inning. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Manzanillo. Jason Figueroa in for a strike. Eight, 9-1 for English. They need a run to stay alive. Hit in the air, it's going to go out of play. Quickly, it's 0-2. Hit the third. They make the play. Outstanding play. Christian Figueroa, he cut it off. It goes to the shortstop. It's a base hit. Esteban Paulo is out to question the umpire, but a great play. He had to spin and turn around and make the strong throw. And he throws Figueroa out. Play goes 5-3 for the first out. In for strike 2. Alvaro struck out and walked. Down and away, nice stop by Guzman. Hit off the pitcher's glove. English has got a pulse. Galva gets the hit off the pitcher. He knocked it down but couldn't find it. It was going up the middle. So they have a pulse. They have the tying run at first base with one out for Yordi Contreras, who was struck out, walked and scored, and flied to left. High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. The runner takes off. The ball's hitting the right field. That pulse is getting a little stronger. Nice try by Wilson to try and throw him out at third base. Wilson went to play right field. Contreras with the base hit. And just like that, first and third for the Bulldogs as they try to come back. That pulse just got a little bit stronger. Chris Figueroa has struck out 3 times. The runner at first was off and running. Second baseman went to cover the bag, and he found a perfect spot. Contreras punching it into right field. Wilson almost threw the runner out at third base. A lot closer than I thought it would be. The runner takes off. They throw the ball to third, so now English has the go-ahead run in scoring position. And all of a sudden, the English fans have come to life. They've been quiet for a little bit. Klasko brings the infield in. In for a strike. On the corner for a strike, 1-2. Just a little bit high. 2-2 the count. Time is called as Whalen does a little spring cleaning on his, tucking his uniform in. Pitching from the stretch with second and third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They leave it all up to Brendan Velasca, who was flied to left and struck out twice. He's facing Whalen for the first time. Up and away for a ball. So two 1-out singles, followed by a stolen base, puts the runners in second and third. Whalen gets a big strikeout, and now they leave it up to Brendan Velasca. High for a ball. Hit foul out of play. The the fans have stayed. They got their money's worth right down to the wire. 7th inning, 2-1. Classical leading English. English with second and third and 2 outs. Esteban Paula giving a little words of encouragement to Brendan Falaska, the catcher for the Dogs. Two one the count. They throw it down. They almost threw it away. That would have been interesting. That would have been 2 runs because the left fielder's nowhere near covering that play. Three one the count. Hit in the air to left field. Leon, the left fielder, makes the play. English will leave the tying run and the go-ahead run in scoring position. Classical gets back on the winning track. And Classical will win it 2-1.
Would you mind if I took photos of the losses?
No, I need those.
I just want pictures.
No, I'm doing a wrap-up, so. English get on the board first in the 3rd inning. Contreras threw a walk, a wild pitch, a stolen base, and Bonilla got a base hit, knocking in the run. That made it 1-0 English. Classical came right back. Leon got a base hit, stole second, went to third in a ground ball, and the pitcher, Tyler Wilson, got a big 2-out hit. So Bonilla's 2-out hit made it 1-0 English. Wilson's 2-out hit made it 1-1. And then in the 5th, Medina got a base hit. Durant sacrificed him a second. A short fly ball to center field, and then a punch out in front of the plate, got thrown away at first base. Medina scored the run, made it 2-1, and Whalen got 2 big outs, a big strikeout, and then the fly out with runners at second and third and 1 out, and gets Classical out of the jam and gets them their 6th win of the season. English will drop to 2-3. For English, Contreras had a walk and a hit and 4 trips, scored the 1 run. Padilla was on base twice. Shirisa and Eric had the RBI single. Rodriguez had a walk and a double. And Galva had a walk and a single as they got 3 base hits in the game, 2 of them against Wilson. For Classical, Medina drew a walk, singled, and scored the run that won the game. Durant laid down the perfect sacrifice to move him along. Wilson had an RBI single. Guzman had a single. Figueroa had a single. And Leon had a single, and he had the line shot that looked like extra bases, double many runs, and it turned out a double play at third when Manzanillo made a tremendous defensive play to pick it, to turn the double play. Wilson, the story, he pitched a shutout his last game. He goes 6 now. He's given up 1 run in his last 11 innings. He gave up a run today. It was earned. 2 base hits, walked 2, struck out 14 in 6 innings, and he also got the base hit to tie the game up. So Classical gets back on the winning track. They score the run to make it 2-1. They'll go to 6-1. English will drop to 2-3. So 2-1. Classical in an outstanding game here at Frazier Field in a barn burner, and they get the jump. They get the heads up on English in their first encounter. They could play maybe twice more if they play in the Mullins tournament again. But Classical gets a sweep of the day. The girls in the morning beat English. Now Classical gets by English 2-1 here, makes it 2-0 classical for the day. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.